Manchester United versus Arsenal on the English Premier League Week 1. Yes, the Premier League is back. And boy, oh boy, we are super excited as football fans. We've waited for this for the longest time, and finally the Premier League is here. But on this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to check and see, will Arsenal win this game against Manchester United? Does Arsenal stand a chance of even dominating on this game? Is this a litmus paper of the signings that Arsenal has brought in? And the vice versa is true. Is this the litmus paper for Manchester United? So on this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to discuss the match preview of this game, Arsenal versus Manchester United. Straight up, Arsenal is traveling to go all the way to Manchester United at Old Trafford to play with Manchester United on their first game of the Premier League. And this is that sort of game that we expect to be as competitive as it comes. And this is because both of these teams, Arsenal and Manchester United, have revamped their squad. Remember, Manchester United brought in Sesko, who Arsenal wanted for the longest time. And on the other hand, Arsenal was able to bring in Gyökeres, who Manchester United wanted for the longest time. So it was like an interchange where Gyökeres went to Arsenal and of course Sesko went to Manchester United. Man United has also brought in a couple of players, Arsenal too. So I expect on this first game of the Premier League to be as competitive. Look, nobody knows the style, the way of playing yet, because, you know, when you start on the first game of the Premier League, sometimes it gets as tricky as it can be because you have not even studied your opponent for the longest time. And this is actually a very big fixture for Arsenal because Man United, for the longest time, every time Arsenal plays with them, it becomes really hard for Arsenal to penetrate and be able to score. Will that be the case this time round, or will Arsenal be able to now go ahead and of course penetrate, dominate and score on this game and even control? Well, it depends on how we're going to get and how we're going to start the first few minutes of that game. If should we control the first few minutes and be able to have the possession, the dribbling, the ball, most of the times the second ball, then it means as you're going to play with Manchester United, then we can really dominate them because the first few minutes, and should we even get a goal on that first few minutes, it only means that it's going to be a very good day for Arsenal. And that's how football is. That first goal really matters. That first goal really determines who is going to be controlling the game. Now, as you're going to play with Manchester United, I expect Arsenal to go full swing in terms of choosing the squad that should be playing with Manchester United. And on this video, I'll try to just predict and see who is going to be playing. Straight up, goalkeeper, it has to be David Raya, clearly. But it doesn't mean that Kepa is not a good player. He's actually a good goalkeeper. But you're going to go with David Raya on this one. Centre back, Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, given. And then, of course, we go to right back, Timber, if he's okay. If he's not okay, we can start with Ben White, who is very brilliant, especially when going up front and making those runs and overlaps. On the left side, we go with Miles Lewis-Kelly, and then midfield number 6, it has to be Zubimendi. Nogard is also good, but let's go with Zubimendi on this one. We want more creativity in as much as defensive-wise, Zubimendi is good. He's also very good, in creating those balls into the box, which is what we need for our point man, Victor Gyökeres. Now, number 8, Declan Rice, and of course, number 10, it has to be our captain, Martin, the skipper, Odegaard. And then number 11, it has to be, for me, this is my choice. I'm going to go with Madueke on this one. And then, of course, number 7, Bukayo Saka. And then number 9, the masking master, Victor Gyökeres. You have to go in full swing as you're going to play with Man United so that we can give them that competition that they are expecting, because I expect them also to go full swing against us. So what are the expectations? We really hope on this first game, as you're going to play with Man United, we will make sure that we are winning, because it's going to help us, in kickstarting the season so well. And remember, Liverpool, who won the league last season, have already won their game. As this time that I'm shooting this video, they've beaten Bournemouth 4-2. So Arsenal must actually win their game so that it becomes, at par with Liverpool. This season, if Arsenal really wants to win, if we want to win this league, we must not start losing points. So as you're going to play with Man United, it is a must win. because already Liverpool has put the pressure. Another expectation is really that this season, as you're getting into it, we're not going to get into those injuries that you've gotten into for the longest time last season. So many of them, and it was really painful for us, and part of the reason as to why we never won. We really hope that no more injuries, that the game is going to be very fair also. And lastly but not least, I really hope that we're going to enjoy the weekend as the boys play, and at the same time that the boys are going to enjoy as they're playing the game, and of course be able to give us that, momentum to carry on as Gunners. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, talk to me in the comment section there. What is your prediction on this game? Because my prediction on this game, I'm going to predict a 1-0 in favor of Arsenal. All right? 1-0 in favor of Arsenal. Talk to me. What is your prediction?